Welcome back to YourRussianGamer now. Unless you follow me personally, this is probably your first time watching me. And you would need to know that I've recently gotten really deeply into The Last of Us multiplayer because it's so incredibly amazing and delicious and fun. And so I wanted to do a thing for enthusiasts only because that's the only people that I tend to please with my videos. With a few tips to beginners, even to advanced people, because I know a few people that still don't know some of the tricks that I do, that are up my sleeves for playing this game. The gameplay background may or may not highlight most of them, but it's a little bit younger. It's a little bit older than my new setup, which I'm going to share with you right now. The problem is you're going to have to change your setup, your custom class loadout, if you don't have the same amount of points as me. I have 11, and so with those 11, I can purchase the things that I have because they are very much helpful to me and my objectives of becoming a person that doesn't necessarily get the most kills, but a person that helps his team the most and gets the most parts. And so here we go. My main setup, the one that I use the most, the one that I'm using in this gameplay, is always a revolver semi-auto rifle setup because I feel like those two guns have the most accuracy / firepower things to them. I feel like the burst rifle for me, it runs out of ammo way too fast and it's not as efficient as I would like it to be. And I feel like any other handheld weapon, like the 9mm or the shorty, are just useless in most situations, and the revolver is the most versatile, so I feel like I could use it instead of the semi-auto in some cases because it's a very nice thing to have. In the gameplay, you're going to be seeing me using the revolver, the semi-auto crafter, first aid training 2, crafter 2, first aid training 2, and I think reviver 1. I think that is my setup. I believe so because I don't think I've changed it when I'm looking at it now. And I feel like that's a very good setup. I feel like it's useful for accomplishing most goals you want to accomplish. The mistakes I was making when I was earlier onto the game is I would struggle to collect supplies and parts because I am struggling too much to kill people. And I feel like when you're helping out your team, you get more of an ability to kill people. The reason I've been able to do this better, the reason I've been able to perform in matches better, and the reason my sort of kill-death ratio, which no one cares about in this game, has sort of increased, is because I've been getting parts for things that don't require you to kill people for. For example, Crafter 2. So most people know about this perk, some people don't, but once you have crafter 2 or 3, you can actually, once you craft 2, that's with 3, and once you craft 3 items, that's with crafter 2. Once you craft 3 items, you can make a gift. It gives you a free gift. It doesn't take off any items in your inventory. It just makes a gift box they can give to a teammate. Get a free 100 parts just for giving a little gift box to your teammates. So by the natural process of going to the loot boxes, collecting all the loot, collecting all the materials, building stuff, by that natural process that you're going to have to be doing in the game to get any parts, absolutely, you're also getting 100 free points, free parts for every 3 things you make. And so that's useful. It's also helping out teammates because sometimes I've been given gifts that have been very much useful to me. And yeah, it also incorporates more of the crafting thing because sometimes you can feel like you have too much tunnel vision on trying to kill people and you forget about the fact that you have supplies and you can build and buy things. It's happened to me before where I've had something like 1,500 parts and I haven't bought anything with them. They've just been sitting there until the end of the game and I'm like, oh shit. And so it kind of gets you thinking more of every single direction that you can be heading in, not just the let's kill this guy with a gunfight direction, but also the let's craft some stuff and let's sit back a little bit and let's not be as aggressive as I would be kind of thing. A reviver, it's a basic thing. It lets you revive people faster, and reviving people actually gets you a significant amount of parts because instead of having to go out and kill people, all you can do is just revive a teammate. As long as you stick with teammates, these next to reviver and first aid training will work massively. And that's where first aid training comes in. First aid training 2, you can heal people as they're staying there. If they don't have full health, if they've been damaged, if you're sitting around the corner and the guy's kind of looking around the corner, he's shooting guys, he gets shot, he sits back, you can just hold X on his body, and you will, every 2 seconds, you will give him 10 health. And that may sound insignificant, but for every single time you give him those 10 health, you get 20 parts. So someone that you just revived with the reviver will have very little health until you have reviver 2 and 3, which give them more health. But once you have reviver 1, you revive them, they have little health. You can heal them up without them having to waste their supplies. You can heal them up with first aid training, which requires no first aid kits. It just requires you to be there. You can sit beside them, hold X, you can revive them, and for every single 2 seconds you revive them, you get 20 parts. And sometimes you can get something like 6 or 7 revives out of people that are very low on health. And that's just a free 100 to 140 parts just for doing almost nothing. Also, you can get skill points from this, and you can get 5 more for every single revive you get. So that's 25. That's my most useful loadout for 11 points. Revolver, semi-auto, crafter 2, reviver 1, first aid training, craft everything, heal everybody. That's kind of my setup. And also the semi-auto and the revolver will allow me to defend myself a little better in situations. A second loadout that I've been using is a thing with no large firearms. I know it feels kind of like you're stripping yourself of your only defense mechanism, but the revolver is a useful weapon if you know how to use it right. Aiming through the upper body and the head makes the game so much easier. I've realized this many times when I go up against gunfights. I feel like most of the time I live when I put my entire body out of cover, because then it gives the person the option to shoot my leg, which doesn't do much damage, and the guy that's hiding behind cover is only poking out the top of his body and his head, which makes it easier for me to focus myself on shooting him in the top of his body or the head, which does more damage. And I like that very much, and it's been really helpful in getting me kills, even at really far ranges, because I don't know, I feel like I'm good at pinpointing the guy's body parts that I want to fire at the most. And so this loadout has no large firearm. It has the revolver, which is almost as effective as the semi-auto. When the person has full health and no armor, the semi-auto kills in 3 shots to the upper body or the head, and the revolver I think kills in 4. Not that much of a difference. You start off with more than enough ammo to kill someone, even if you miss some shots. And I think executions with both the guns take 2 shots unless you shoot to the head. And that's the loadout firepower thing. But the rest of the perks get a little more interesting. Instead of crafter, which I found to be not as efficient as first aid training and reviver, I don't have crafting. Instead I have first aid training 2, reviver 3, and collector 1, and that takes up all 11 points of the class. And I like this very much too, because first aid training 2 still gets you those revive points, and then reviver, once you revive people, which usually comes before you first aid train them, you get 50% more parts for reviving them. So now you're you're multiplying the amount of parts you get by 1.5 for reviving them. You also revive them faster and with more health, and you can also then heal them up the rest of the way with first aid training 2. It's a really useful thing for your team, because if you're playing something like supply raid, in which case it's even more important to stay alive, I found that it's a lot easier to go guns blazing 1v4 in survivors. Actually, it seems to be more like a surprise. For me, in supply raid, it feels like teamwork is more efficient, because you really need to be able to communicate. And so if you have a party of 4 and you're using this kind of support loadout and not going for the largest amount of kills, but going for the largest amount of revives and first aid training heals, you're gonna be destroying the parts category, because your teammates will be questioning, how the hell is he getting all these parts? Oh wait, he's giving me gifts, he's reviving me, he's healing me. Oh, I get it now. And as a little side note, once you get the 100% challenge, which I already have gotten and completed easily, I only lost 20% of my population. Once you get those challenges, and once you get the challenges where you can get people, you can get your habitants, when you get those kind of challenges, go for the heals, because a heal isn't when you fully revive someone / heal them. It is for every 2 seconds you're doing this. So out of one person, you can get anywhere from 2 to like 8 heals. And I've done this before, where the first challenge for heals is 5, 10, 15, And in the first game, I've had 17 heals. I mean, I did my 100% challenge when my heals were 15, 20, 25. And in the first game, I already completed the 100% challenge. And I feel like that will be a very good thing for you to strive for. Also, you don't get as many challenges as you would expect for the 12 weeks. And so if you just keep using heals and you keep doing heals all the way up until you finish the 12 weeks and you reset yourself, you're going to have to start with 5, 10, 15 heals again. And you'll still have the same perks you had before you finished the 12 weeks. And so, yeah, I guess that's a very useful little side note. And it's probably the easiest challenge besides the first marking challenge to complete. And not to lose / gain very much population. So yeah, there you go. Those are my kind of beginner, more parts, more supplies tips that I'm currently sporting and currently trying out and currently working on. And I feel like I've already been playing this for almost a week now, and I feel like I've improved very much, and it's been really useful to do what I am doing. So yeah, hopefully you guys took some tips out of this, took some tricks out of this if you are Last of Us enthusiasts. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you guys later, and goodbye.